Hello and welcome inside beautiful Welland Stadium here today on a perfect Sunday afternoon for baseball. I'm Brendan Lang as we're just about ready to go here between the Kitchener Panthers and the Welland Roses. Once again, the second straight home game, they will be wearing those Roses jerseys. And of course, this is not just any Sunday, it's Father's Day Sunday, so happy Father's Day to any of the fathers listening today and all the fathers here at the ballpark. We do have a game to get to, and the Kitchener Panthers will send out this lineup today. Blake Jackman plays left field and leads off. Simon Grinberg, the catcher, bats second. Andy Leader is the center fielder. He bats third. Hitting fourth is Keegan Marsden. He plays first base. Reese Redding is the third baseman and bats fifth. Robbie Gauthier is the DH. Tyler Henriquez is the shortstop. He bats seventh. Kenny DiClemente plays second base and hits eighth. And then batting ninth is the right fielder in Drayden Sloat. On the mound today for the Roses is Matt Klingersmith, making his first start of the season. He was scheduled to go last weekend against Hamilton, but that game was rained out. So he's going to get his first opportunity on the mound. It's going to come in his home ballpark. Did not pitch for the team last year, but was with Welland back in 2019. Had a pretty good year, 55 and a third innings pitched. ERA at 2.60 and struck out 37 batters. So Blake Jackman, the left fielder, he's ready to go. Matt Klingersmith climbs onto the mound. Pitching out of the full windup here today, he's got his sign from the catcher, Sam Cocker. Rocks and fires the first pitch of the game, and it's fouled straight back by the left fielder, Blake Jackman. Jackman on the years got off to a pretty hot start, hitting .311 so far. He's also driven in 10 runs, and he's a guy that's been hitting up at the top of the lineup quite a bit so far for this Panthers team. After him, Simon Grinberg will hit. Andy Leader also due up in this inning. The 0-1 pitch fouled away left side. And quickly Klingersmith gets ahead 0-2, and that pitch right there, right off the bat, you notice he's able to locate his pitch as well. Got it right in the bottom corner of the strike zone. Jackman was just able to reach out and foul it away. He's down in the count now, 0-2, as Klingersmith once again looks in for the side. He's got it from Cocker, and here comes the 0-2 offering. It's high. He tried to go with a fastball up, but just missed. And the count is now 1-2. Welland wearing their red Roses uniforms once again, playing in a straight-up defense. And here comes the 1-2 pitch in the air over the head of Roman, and he's running, still running, and the ball's going to drop fair just inside the line, and a bloop base hit to lead off the ball game for Blake Jackman. So with that hit to lead off, we'll now take a look at Welland's defense. Ethan Hunt starts in left field. Gio Morello, the regular center fielder, he's out there today. Brandon Nicholson plays right. Mattingly Romanen back in the lineup today. He plays third base. James Smybert is the shortstop. Leo Markotic plays second. Mateo Porcelato is over there at first. And Sam Cocker forms the battery with Klingersmith. Next up now is Simon Grinberg. He does the catching for this Panthers team, hitting .462 on the season. This is a great duo at the top of this lineup. Jackman gets on base quite often. And of course, Grinberg is able to drive him in, and he whacks the ball into right field. The ball's hooking, though, and it will land foul. He certainly got a hold of it and hit it a long way. And it banged off the wall out there in right field, but it was well foul. So Klingersmith now even in the count at 1-1. As I mentioned, this is Klingersmith's second season with the team. Went to the Junior College World Series back when he pitched at Erie Community College. Tall right-hander. Pitching out of the stretch now with a runner at first. He checks on the runner at first before going home. Jacklin's back easily. Klingersmith from Niagara Falls, New York, standing at 6'6" on the mound, and he pours one over the outside corner for strike two. And it looks like a point of emphasis early on from Klingersmith to really put that ball on the outside part of the plate to these left-handed hitters. And he's been able to paint that corner so far early on in the game. Once again, a check over to first. Jacklin back easily. Kitchener, a team that doesn't run a whole lot. Jacklin has 2 stolen bases on the season out of that leadoff spot. That's tops on the roster. The 1-2 pitch, it's up high. And the count evens up at 2-2. Looks like Klingersmith wants to go to that high fastball in strikeout counts. He tried to do that to Jacklin as well, but missed high. Missed high again to Grinberg. After Jacklin got on a bloop single over the head of the third baseman, Mattingly Romanen. Now this ball's hit to third, diving stab, he won't get it. It's into left field. That's a base hit for Grinberg. So the first 2-man reach for the Panthers here in the top of the first.
Batting third, center fielder number 49, Andy Leader.
Neither ball hit extremely hard. Both down to that third base side. The first one was a little pop-up, and that time Romanen with a great effort diving to his left, but just couldn't quite come up with it. So now here comes Andy Leader, the center fielder for the Panthers, and he's hitting .409. So these 2 and 3 hitters are the guys, if you're Klingersmith and the rest of the Roses pitching staff, that you really want to watch out for. Keegan Marsden, the first baseman, the veteran, waits on deck. This is the first right-handed hitter Klingersmith is going to see today. Stands in the box with no batting gloves as Jacklin bounces off a second base. He squares the butt, pops it up, and it's going to go foul. Strike 1 on Leader. And he squared early, and right there it looked like it was a sacrifice. He does have speed, but that time looked like he was trying to just move the runners over early on in this game. With 2 runners on quickly, trying to manufacture the first run of the ball game in the top of the first. The runner at second is Jacklin, and it's Grinberg over at first. The 0-1 pitch not squaring around, and he rifles it into left field. It's down for a base hit. Jacklin's going to be held up at third as the throw comes in quickly. Good throw to hold him there, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for Kitchener.
First baseman number 34, Keegan Marsden.
So 3 straight base hits to left field. And now here comes the first baseman, Keegan Marsden. And he's hitting .275 coming into play. He's also driven in 12. So another guy to be wary of if you're on the mound for the Roses today. He's hitting with the bases loaded and nobody out. Trying to drive in a bunch of runs here. First pitch comes way inside. Marsden just able to bend out of the way. And Klingersmith falls behind early 1-0. For Kitchener, coming into the game today, sitting 5-7 on the season. That's good for 6th place in the IBL. The 1-0 from Klingersmith, swing and a miss from Marsden. Looked like he was out in front of that pitch, and the count evens up at 1-1. For Welland, 11-2 on the year, also 7-0 here at Welland Stadium, trying to keep that undefeated streak going today. And the 1-1 pitch to Marsden, poured over just below the knees. Looked like it had the plate, but it was low. And once again, Klingersmith is behind in the count. It's 2-1. First time Klingersmith and Cocker are working together here this year. Next pitch, swing and a miss. He got that high fastball by him. And the count evens up at 2-2. Marsden really trying to drive a ball into the outfield. Couple big swings in this at-bat. Trying to get everybody home as there's nobody out and the base is still loaded. Here comes the 2-2 to Marsden. In the air, right field. Nicholson moving in. He's under it now. Runner tagging at third, and Jacklin's going to break for the plate. The throw goes into third. Smart play, and they got him at third base. So Blake Jacklin does score from third. Simon Grinberg was trying to tag up and move into third. But Brandon Nicholson with a heads-up play and a perfect throw to nab him right there. So Brandon Nicholson out there knew that run was going to score. There wasn't going to be a play at the plate, as Jacklin has too much speed coming in from third base as the ball slashed away foul. This is Reese Redding the third baseman. Knew there was going to be no play at the plate. Saw the runner Grinberg tagging at second. So he threw it in there and threw a strike right on the money to Mattingly Romanen, who applied the tag. And that's huge to get those two outs with only one run coming across. The runner's going for second base. The throw down from Cocker, it's a bit wide. And he slides in there safely. That's Andy Leader picking up his first stolen base on the season. Mentioned he does have a little bit of speed playing in center field for this team. And now another runner in scoring position for Reese Redding in an even count at 1-1. Klingersmith's got his sign, checks the runner at second, and here comes the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Klingersmith trying to keep the damage right where it is at 1 run, sitting in a 1-2 count. And the offering from Klingersmith, he misses up high. And the count evens up at 2-2. We've seen that a few times from Klingersmith, just overcooking the fastball a little bit too much in 2-strike counts. Another, here comes the 2-2, and it's fouled away, left side. Redding staying alive, hitting .269 so far this season. He does have 5 RBIs as well. Looking to pick up his 6th. That's standing out there at second base in the center fielder, Andy Leader. Robbie Gauthier, the DH, waits on deck, hoping to get an at-bat here in the first. Leader bouncing off of second base. Now here comes home to the plate, and it's popped up. Left side, Romanen now crossing into foul territory, looking right up in the sun with his shades on, and he can't find it. The ball drops foul. It's a sunny day here in Welland, and there's a very high sky. Not a lot of clouds in the sky either. You could see Romanen did have the sunglasses on, looking straight up, but couldn't shade his eyes. And the ball drops, so that'll give Redding another opportunity with that runner standing out at second base. Klingersmith having to throw quite a few pitches in that first inning. And the pitch inside looks like it ran in and went off the knob of the bat. You could hear the sound audibly that it was not the hand. Went off the wood of the bat, so that is a foul ball. And the count stays at 2-2. 2 foul balls in this at-bat from Redding. Long look in this time from Klingersmith. Now he has his sign, checks the runner, but before he can throw the pitch, Redding's going to ask for time, and it's granted by home plate umpire Adam DeCare behind the plate today. Klingersmith has his sign quickly this time, and the offering, it's a breaking ball, but he missed outside. And the count runs full now to 3-2. The Panthers have put up good at-bats in this first inning. A soft base hit to lead off the ballgame, then a couple hard hit balls that netted them that first run. Still leading at 1-0 as Leader continues to bounce off of second base. The shortstop, James Smybert, came in behind him. There was no pickoff play on, so Klingersmith just turned around and held the baseball. Still a 3-2 count, and the offering from Klingersmith, he misses up high. He walks Redding. And now there's 2 runners on as the DH, Robbie Gauthier, comes up to the plate.
Designated hitter number 2, Robbie Gauthier.
So this long first inning continues, but still only 1 run on the board for the Panthers. So if Klingersmith can minimize that damage and get out of it with just 1 run, that would definitely be a win as he misses inside. And the count's 1-0 as he asks for a new baseball. He's really pitched inside a lot to these Panthers hitters, trying to establish the inside part of the plate. Doesn't have a ton on his fastball, but able to mix his pitches well and locate the ball. That's more what he's known for, as he has his sign. 2 runners are on base. And the 1-0 pitch is inbound in the air, right field. That ball's going to drop. Nicholson charging, picks it up. The throw to the plate, and it will be up the line. Another run comes in to score. That's Andy Leader scoring from second base on an RBI base hit for Robbie Gauthier. So a 2-0 lead now for the Panthers. And it's Tyler Henriquez, the shortstop, coming up. .250 on the year. A couple hard hit balls in this inning, and sometimes it's tough in the first inning for starting pitchers to get settled in. This pitch is outside to Tyler Henriquez, right-handed hitter. And that looks like what's happening here with Klingersmith. Taking a little bit of time to settle in. Trailing now 2-0 in the ballgame as he checks the runner at first. And the 1-0 pitch is inbound. That ball slashed away, foul. Left field side really got in on the hands of Henriquez. And he was only able to foul it away. Again, because there's not a ton of velocity on that fastball, he was able to get the head out, but still too far inside to keep fair. So Klingersmith picks up a strike, and he's even in the count, 1-1, with runners at the corners and 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch gets a swing and a miss on a high fastball. And definitely a positive to take away from this first inning if you are the starter Klingersmith. His fastball up in the zone has been effective. Gotten a couple of these Panthers hitters to be able to swing through a few of them. That time he got Henriquez to come up empty on a high fastball, and he's now ahead in the count, 1-2. This ball's popped up right side. Mateo Porcelato, the first baseman, going towards the stands, but the ball's going to get foul onto the berm. So the count remains at 1-2 as Matt Klingersmith takes a walk around the mound, trying to catch his breath a little bit as he's had to throw a lot of pitches in the first. The runner at first base is Robbie Gauthier. Standing at third is Reese Redding. He went first to third on that base hit to right field. RBI base hit by Gauthier. The 1-2 pitch to Henriquez. Breaking ball. Bounces away from the catcher Cocker. Runner coming in from third, and he's going to score. Reese Redding moves home on the wild pitch. And it's 3-0 Kitchener. That was a breaking ball from Klingersmith that he just left on the inside, and Cocker sliding over couldn't come up with the block, which he's been very effective at all season long. So the ball gets past him, and a run comes in to score. Also on the play, that's Robbie Gauthier moving up into second base. So another runner in scoring position. Next pitch bounces in the dirt, and the count's now full at 3-2. Panthers lead it 3-0 in the top of the first. Roses still have not had an opportunity to come up, and we know as watching this team all season long, they're able to come back from deficits, and deficits that have been much bigger than the 3 runs they face right now. But once again, there is still a runner at second. And the 3-2 pitch, off speed, swing and a miss. He got the strikeout to minimize the damage at 3. So Kitchener has the lead as we go to the bottom of the first here at Welland Stadium.
draw will take place at the end.
Bottom of the first inning we go now as the Roses will get their first opportunity to hit as it's Gio Morello leading things off in center field. Mateo Porcelato, the first baseman, hits second. Brandon Nicholson in right field bats third. Sam Cocker does the catching and hits fourth. James Smybert, the shortstop, hits fifth. Ethan Hunt plays left field and bats sixth. Leo Markotic is the second baseman. He bats seventh. Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, hits eighth. And then rounding out the order, moving back into the lineup today, is the third baseman, Mattingly Romanen, playing at his regular position over there at third base. And it's Gio Morello to get things started, the regular leadoff hitter for this Roses team. And the first pitch to him is on the outside corner. That's a strike. The man facing this Welland lineup is Brett Reed, making his Inter-County Baseball League debut. The right-handed pitcher deals his second pitch to Morello. This time he misses outside. And the count is 1-1. Plays at Okanagan College out in BC. The 1-1 pitch to Morello. He fouls it away left side. And the count's 1-2. This past year at school had an ERA around 4. Went 4-0 on the year, though, in 7 starts. All the games that he got into were starts, so he's a guy that will likely be a regular starting pitcher for this Panthers team. He sits in a 1-2 count to Morello now, and here's the offering. It's inside, bounces off the glove of the catcher Grinberg. And the count evens up at 2-2. Morello hitting .273 on the season so far. The 2-2 offering bounced away foul, putting up a good fight. Count remains at 2-2. The first strike of this at-bat from Reed was right over the outside corner. Looked like a pretty similar pitch right there. May have been just a bit off the outside, but still too close to take with 2 strikes. So Morello did a great job to shorten up and foul the ball. And the count is still even at 2-2. And here comes the offering from Reed. This ball's inside once again. And the count runs full at 3-2. And this is a huge leadoff at-bat for Morello after going down 3-0 in the top of the first. If you can get even one back, that could go a long way in this game. For Welland, next pitch once again is fouled away at the plate. And Morello stays alive. Another thing that happens with a long at-bat here to start the game for Morello is it allows the rest of the lineup to be able to see what this pitcher, Brett Reed, features, especially being his first time pitching in the IBL. Not a lot of information on him for these hitters. As it's Mateo Porcelato waiting on deck. The 3-2 pitch. Once again, it's fouled away. This ball's going to get into the seats. And Morello continues to stay alive as he looks to get a pitch over the middle of the plate that he can drive. But also a guy that will take his walks at the top of the lineup. And if he gets on base, we know there's a lot of speed there. The 3-2 pitch. It's down low. He does take a walk. A great leadoff at-bat for Gio Morello. And he gets on at first base to bring up the first baseman, Mateo Porcelato. So Klingersmith gave up a walk in the top of the first inning. Now Reed gives up a walk here in the bottom half. And it's Mateo Porcelato coming up to the plate. Didn't start the year with Welland, but since coming over, he's had a massive impact. Hitting with a runner at first base in Morello. Check on him. Morello does have 13 stolen bases on the season. Which is good for second place in the entire IBL. First pitch to Porcelato. It's in the air, right field. Backing up is the right fielder, Sloat. Still going back towards the wall, and it is gone! Mateo Porcelato deposits one over the right field fence, and the Roses are right back in it. It's 3-2. That ball was absolutely crushed out to right field. The wind kind of blowing from left to right. He got it way up in the air right off the bat, I didn't know if it was going to have enough steam to get over the wall because it was hit so high, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and the right fielder Sloat ran out of room. And there it is right there. Welland, after falling down quickly in the first, has come right back, and it's a one-run game as Brandon Nicholson steps up and takes a pitch on the outside corner after showing bunt. And it's 0-1 for Porcelato, his second home run of the season, also his 16th and 17th RBIs. Next pitch to Nicholson, right back up the middle. That ball's going to get through for a base hit. So Morelos starts the game with a walk. Porcelato follows with a homer. And now Nicholson gets on first with a single up the middle. So for Porcelato, as I mentioned, a huge impact player on this team since joining the roster. Showed why right there. Those 17 home runs is good, or 17 RBIs, excuse me, is good for first on this Welland team. And now with Nicholson at first base, he leads the league in stolen bases with 20 so far. As he continues to inch off the bag, not going this time, Cocker takes at the letters for strike one. Nobody gone in this inning with Nicholson over at first base. Sam Cocker hitting .386 for the season. He leads the team in batting average, good for 6th in all of the Intercounty Baseball League. Pickoff over to first base. Nicholson back with a headfirst dive. See if he can split the attention of Reed between the runner and the hitter. Get Cocker a good pitch to hit. Here comes the 0-1 again. Nicholson not moving, and it grazes the inside corner. Not sure if Cocker loved the call. But he's now way down in the count. It's 0-2. Runner being held on at first. Big hole over there on the right side. Next pitch to Cocker. It's a breaking ball, and he slugs it in the air left field. Jacklin going back. He pulls up, but he has room to make the catch. Cocker hit it hard, but nothing to show for it as Nicholson goes back to first.
Batting fifth, shortstop number 23, James Smyver.
So even though Cocker flies out right there, there's been a lot of loud contact in this first inning. Of course, the home run by Porcelato. Also, the single by Nicholson was hit hard back up the box. And that flyout hit hard as well. Now here comes James Smybert. He's the shortstop today. Nicholson goes back to first. Close play at the bag, but he got back in time. You could tell he wanted to run. He kept inching further and further off the base. And it was a good throw by Brett Reed, but just couldn't quite get him as he slipped going back to the bag, but still got in there in time. Bounced on the ground by Smybert. Pick it up, throw it to second for one. Back to first. It's a double play. Mark it down 3-6-3 to retire the side and get out of it. The Roses do score twice on a Mateo Porcelato 2-run home run. It's now 3-2 Kitchener as we move to the top of the second.
Time for the
Second inning we go now. Matt Klingersmith back out on the mound for the Roses after they did come back a little bit in the bottom half. Got 2 runs back, so they now trail it by 1. It's 3-2. As the Panthers come up, number 8 hitter Kenny DiClemente comes in and whacks a ball to right field. It's down for a hit. So quickly starting off the second inning with a base hit is the second baseman DiClemente.
Right fielder number 15.
And now here comes the right fielder Drayden Sloat. And this is a big inning for Klingersmith on the mound, facing the 2 bottom hitters, and then back to the top of the order in Jacklin. After Welland got a few runs back, be good to get quickly out of this inning as the ball's grounded at first base. Porcelato goes to second, 1 back to first, not in time. The ball was not hit too sharply over there to first base. And Porcelato made a strong throw to second to get the lead runner in DiClemente. But the return throw was just close but not in time. So the last inning ended with a 3-6-3 double play. Welland trying to turn one of their own. Just couldn't quite get it done. But the lead runner is erased on the fielder's choice. And we go back to the top of the order now in Blake Jacklin. He led off the game with a single to left field. It was not hit very hard. Just kind of off the end of the bat that blooped over the head of the third baseman, Romanen. And this time he steps up and takes a first pitch strike from Klingersmith. The runner over there at first base in Sloat does not have a stolen base. In the air center field, incoming Morello. He's not going to get there. The ball's going to fall in. Station to station right now for the Panthers as Sloat moves into second. And now there's 2 runners on for Simon Grinberg.
Catcher Simon Grinberg.
Once again, the ball off the bat of Jacklin not hit extremely hard. Just kind of reached out and got it off the end. But still found some green out there in front of the center fielder Morello. If the ball was hit just a little bit harder, may have had an opportunity to get underneath it. So now Klingersmith has got a battle once again with a runner in scoring position, and it's the catcher Grinberg in the air right field. Nicholson coming on, and the ball's going to bounce past him. Sloat coming around third. He's going to get a green light. Jacklin's going to go around third as well. He's going to come in to score. And the Panthers get 2 more. It's now 5-2 here in the second. Not sure exactly how that will be scored. Possibly a single and an error. On the right fielder, Nicholson, that allows 2 runs to come in to score. Grinberg up to second, and now manager Brian Essery's going to come out of the dugout. He's going to have a chat with his starting pitcher. And there's been some loud contact so far from this Panthers lineup. So the mound visit done. Essery goes back to the dugout. And it looks like there is a little bit of stirring going on down in the Welland bullpen. Nobody throwing as of right now. And Welland has played a lot of baseball here recently. So you'd like to get some length out of the starter, but now it looks like somebody is going to get up and start throwing down there. First pitch is fouled straight back. This is the center fielder, Andy Leader. He had a single to left field his first time up. Two runs have already come across to score. And there's still a runner at second base. Leader takes a breaking ball on the inside corner. It's strike 2. And that's a big pitch if Klingersmith can start getting that breaking ball over for a strike. That'll be huge to see if he can get some big outs here as Welland trails once again by 3 runs. Taking a look back at second. The 0-2 pitch to Leader. It's a breaking ball. Popped in the air left field. coming in is Hunt, but the ball is going to drop foul to the left of the line. It looks like Casey Howard starting to throw in the Roses bullpen. As Klingersmith still ahead in the count, 0-2 to Leader. But Leader, one of the best hitters in the league at 409. A guy who can still hit pretty well with 2 strikes. It's got Keegan Marsden, the first baseman, waiting on deck. 0-2 count, 1 away, and the offering from Klingersmith in the air, it's slashed foul right side. Count stays at 0-2, and this is something the Panthers lineup has been successful at early on in this game, is fouling off those tough pitches, keeping their at-bats alive, and making Klingersmith throw a lot of pitches. To start this inning, after the first, Klingersmith had already thrown 33 pitches. Still in an 0-2 count to Leader, though, as he checks the runner at second, and the offering is a breaking ball, bounced right in front of the plate. Cocker's going to come out to field it. His throw to first is just in time to retire the Panthers center fielder, but on the play, the catcher, Grinberg, moves up to third, so now another run just 90 feet away at third base, with Keegan Marsden coming up with 2 outs. It's a good play by the catcher, Cocker. Got on the ball quickly and made a strong throw. Leader was busting it up the line. Made it a closer play than I thought it was going to be, but the throw did beat him. Marsden in his first at-bat, he had a hit, and now he bounces a ball to third base. Romanin picks it up. He fires it across the diamond. It's in time, and the inning is over. So Klingersmith does give up 2 more runs, but he gets out of it. And the Roses trail it 5-2 now as they come up to hit in the bottom of the second.
Time to head down.
Ethan Hunt comes up to the dish now as he leads off this bottom of the second with the Roses trailing 5-2. 3 runs scored in the first by the Panthers, followed by 2 runs scored by Welland in the bottom half of the first. But Kitchener responded right away in the second, scoring 2 more of their own. And it's Brett Reed once again spotted to a 3-run lead. Ethan Hunt, Leo Marcotic, and Matt Hildebrandt due up in this inning. Hunt in a 1-0 count takes, once again, that ball's down low. And the count is 2-0. Reed does have a walk already in this game. He walked the leadoff man, Ingio Morello, and he's fallen behind quickly to the number 6 hitter, Ethan Hunt. The 2-0 pitch, it's inside. And the count's now 3-0. Hunt hitting .340 on the year. Started the season a little bit slowly, but in the month of June is at 387 as he takes inside. It's a 4-pitch walk to start the home half of the second inning. So Hunt's on first base, and it'll be Leo Marcotic getting an opportunity with the runner on. Leo Marcotic, another guy who joined the team a little ways through the season. And he swings and hits a ball on the ground. It gets through the hole into left field. Marcotic's on with a hit. So once again, a walk to lead off the inning, then a hit. This time it's a single by Marcotic, and that'll bring up the DH, Matt Hildebrand.
Number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
Matt Hildebrand had a home run in the game against Brantford, and I'll tell you, that ball was hit a long way to center field. It's 400 feet out there, and he hit one of the flag poles out there in center. We know he's got a lot of pop in that left-handed bat, and he swings and misses at a breaking ball, comes up empty, and he's behind 0-1. We know about the pop. That was his first home run of the season, but he's also hitting .357, which is good for 10th in the Inter-County Baseball League. Hitting in the number 8 spot today as the DH. He's really hit around that 7th or 8th spot all season long. Good guy to have down in that order to get on base as he takes outside and also drive in some of those runs. With the middle of the order hitting extremely well, too, in Smybert and Hunt, and Marcotic coming on as well, coming into play hitting .333. It's a 1-1 count now to Hildebrand. And the pitch to him once again, swing and a miss. He was ahead of it. And he falls behind 1-2. The runner at second base is Hunt. He's got 5 stolen bases. With a left-handed hitter at the plate, not likely you'll see a steal of third. But you never know with this team. They like to run in all different situations. And he is going. The double steal is on. The throw down to third, and it's not in time. Hunt with a head-first dive gets in there ahead of the throw. And there's 2 runners in scoring position. And that's what that speed can do. You have a runner on first and second. Quickly get the double steal now. Counts 2-2 to Hildebrand, and he's got 2 runners in scoring position, where a single knocks them both in. The 2-2 offering, it's inside. Bounces in there. Good block behind the plate by Grinberg. And the count runs full at 3-2. Waiting on deck is Mattingly Romanen. Hoping to get an opportunity with some runners on base. After Romanen, it goes back to the top of the order. Here comes the 3-2 offering. It's high and outside. And the bases are loaded for Mattingly Romanen.
Third baseman, number 8, Mattingly Romanen.
Coming into play today, Welland had 74 stolen bases on the season. You can add 2 more to that in that double steal. So 76 stolen bases on the year. And I mean, it's not even close in that category. They lead the league by a wide, wide margin as Romanen swings and misses at the first offering from Reed. And he's behind 0-1. The next closest team in the league is Guelph. And they have 22 stolen bases on the year. Just really illustrates how much this team does run and how much they utilize their speed playing in a big ballpark here in Welland. Here comes the 0-1 to Romanen. It's flared away foul right side. And he falls behind in the count now 0-2. There's nobody out. And the bases are loaded. It's Ethan Hunt standing at third base. He walked to start the inning. Leo Marcotte had a single to left field. He stands at second, and then the man who just walked, Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, awaits over there at first base. The first baseman, Keegan Marsden, is playing in. Rest of the infield playing back in double play depth. The 0-2 pitch to Romanen. It's outside. Grinberg just able to get his glove on it. He was set up on the outside corner, so didn't have too far of a way to move, and he made the play. Romanen just trying to put a ball in play here with 2 strikes. The infield looking to trade an out or a couple outs for a run. Next pitch to Romanen, bounces in the dirt. Great block behind the plate that time by Grinberg. He's done a great job so far today. He's been good at the plate to start the game as well, as 2 singles in this game. But he's also been a force defensively. Being able to hold those runners out there right now as Romanen now sits in an even count. It's 2-2. The offering from Reed. Romanen bounces it right back up the middle. 1 run is going to come in to score. Flip it to second, 1 back to first. It's not in time. Romanen beats it out and gets himself an RBI on the fielder's choice. And the lead is cut to 5-3 now.
Center fielder number 11, Gio Morello.
That's great hustle out of the box by Romanen. I was saying you just got to put a ball in play there with 2 strikes, with the infield not going to come home, of course, with the lead. And the ball wasn't hit too sharply, and the speed of Romanen able to get up the line to beat that out. Now only 1 out in this inning, and runners at the corners. Throw over to first base. Romanen just back in time. Once again, he was leaning towards second. We saw that back in the first inning with Brandon Nicholson. Both were able to get back. And it's Gio Morello who started off the bottom of the first with a walk. He's at the plate once again, hitting with a runner 90 feet away at third base. That's Leo Marcotte. Once again, a throw over to first base. Really worried about the runner over there at first, and Mattingly Romanen, who does not have a stolen base yet on the season. Has only played in 3 games so far. Morello takes on the outside corner. It's a strike. And the count is 0-1. Mateo Porcelato waits on deck. Of course, he had the big blow so far for this Roses lineup with the 2-run home run an inning ago that drove home Morello, who was standing on first after taking a walk. 0-1 count to the Roses center fielder. Romanen is running. They're going to throw down to second base. The slide, and it is in time. Romanen thrown out stealing. And there's 2 gone. So mark that down as a caught stealing. That erases the runner that was standing over at first base, but still a run 90 feet away at third in Leo Marcotte. It was called a ball on the pitch. It was outside. So Morello's even in the count now at 1-1. Left-handed hitter awaits the pitch, and it's down low. And the count is now 2-1. The third baseman, Reese Redding, was playing about on the grass line on that last pitch, but he has moved back now behind the baseline. Not expecting a bunt maybe in a 2-1 count. Next pitch to Morello just grazes the outside corner. Adam DeCare gave him the call on the outside, so the count evens up at 2-2 with 2 outs. Panthers leading at 5-3. A 2-2 bounces down in the dirt. And the count now runs full. In his first at-bat, I did mention he took the walk, but he also did run it to a full count as well and fouled off some tough pitches in that at-bat, or in that plate appearance. Once again, sitting in a full count, trying to find any way on to get the man on deck to the plate. Swing and a miss from Morello was an off-speed pitch from Brett Reed, and he got the strikeout. So the Roses do score once. They now trail at 5-3 as we move to the third. Third inning we go now as Reese Redding, the third baseman, steps up to the plate.
Leading off the third inning for the Panthers.
The 5, 6, 7 hitters are due up. That's Redding, Gauthier, and Henriquez. First pitch from Klingersmith to Redding is fouled away left side. Counts 0-1. Klingersmith back out on the mound. He's given up 5 runs so far in his outing. Some hard contact all over the field as well. Gave up 3 in the first, 2 in the second, but he was able to minimize the damage last inning. And he misses outside. Counts 1-1. Rose's bullpen does continue to throw. It is Casey Howard still staying loose, and Casey's needed in this third inning, but Klingersmith would love to have a quick inning here and get that Rose's offense back up to the plate. He gets a pitch on the outside corner, called a strike. And he's now ahead in the count 1-2. That's that same pitch that Morello had a strike called on him last inning. So it's been consistent both ways so far from home plate umpire Adam DeCare. Klingersmith pitching out of the full windup, and the 1-2's fouled straight back. Count stays right where it is. And it looked like Redding was late on that fastball from Klingersmith. And even though he doesn't throw extremely hard, when you're able to mix your pitches well, that fastball will look faster when you might be expecting something off speed. Here comes a 1-2. It is off speed, and it's down low. So the count evens up at 2-2. Redding in his first plate appearance, he walked, then came home on a wild pitch back in the first inning. Now batting here in the third. 2-2 offering. It's an off-speed pitch. High pop fly into left field. It's the shortstop going over, and there's a miscommunication. The ball drops fair. And Redding is on for a second time today.
Designated hitter.
The ball was popped up a mile high into the sky, and it was Romanin and Smybert going after. It didn't look like Hunt, the left fielder, really had a shot to get in there. It was just behind the cut of the grass. Looked like Smybert was calling him off, but the ball did drop, and in that situation, that's usually going to be the shortstop's ball, as it's a much easier play for him coming across to read the pop fly. Romanin was trying to field it over his shoulder, which is always a difficult play to make. But the ball did drop fair, so a runner stands at first base now, and that's a ground ball over to first. Diving stop by Porcelato. Throw to second. They got one right there. Throw back to first. It gets by the pitcher covering, and he makes a turn towards second. Now the throw back into first, and they got him! Just how they drew it up, double play. And there's two gone on a wild sequence. But hey, if it works, it works, and there's two outs. Now, it might get lost in that play a little bit, but it all started with a great defensive play by the first baseman, Porcelato. Made a diving stop to his right. First base is known as a step and a dive position. That's exactly what he did right there. So two gone now, and that's huge for Klingersmith. And also a good play by Klingersmith as well to quickly go retrieve that ball after it was thrown away. Next pitch misses down low, and the count is 2-0. Tyler Henriquez in a 2-0 count, swings and misses. He came up empty on a off-speed pitch. It was down low off the outside corner, but he got him to swing through it. Now the Roses bullpen has settled down out there. Like to get possibly at least 4 or 5 innings out of the starter today. Klingersmith, another off-speed pitch, gets a swing and a miss. Once again, staying on the outside. And the count evens up at 2-2. I did mention Welland has been playing a lot of baseball lately, but they don't play again until Friday after today. The 2-2 offering from Klingersmith. It's bounced on the ground. Smiber to a backhand. Picks it up. Throw across the diamond. It's in time to retire the side. Klingersmith faces the minimum here in the third as the Roses come up in the bottom half, looking to tie this game up or take the lead here at Welland Stadium. Bottom half of the third inning we go, and it's Mateo Porcelato to get things started for the Roses, and he hit that home run in the first inning, which drove in 2 runs, but also going back to the last time Welland was playing here at home, he hit a massive grand slam. So that's back-to-back home games with home runs for Mateo Porcelato. And And with those two big blasts, takes the team lead in RBIs. He's ahead in the count, 1-0. Once again, the pitch misses outside, and it's 2-0. On the first pitch of the at-bat, he squared around a bunt. Not too sure if he was actually going to drop one down, maybe just trying to get that third baseman to move in a little bit. 2-0 count now, and he fouls it away. The count's now 2-1. 2-3-4 due up in the inning. Nicholson up next. Sam Cocker, the catcher, also to get an opportunity here if anybody can find a way to get on. James Smybert, the shortstop, will come up. He made a good play to end the top of the third, going to his backhand, throwing across his body in time. That's a breaking ball, just kind of goes around the plate. Looked like the catcher Grinberg wanted the call, but he didn't get it. So the count's now 3-1 to Portulato. 3-1 offering, it's outside. That's ball 4. And that's 3 innings in a row now that the leadoff hitter for the Roses has reached on a walk.
Right fielder number 13.
Now, last inning I said that Welland next game was coming on Friday. I'll need to correct myself. There is a rescheduled game that they'll be playing here at home on Thursday. That is a make-up game. First pitch to Nicholson is high, and it's 1-0. Nicholson had a base hit his first time up in the first, hit it right back up the middle into center field, hitting .328 on the season. Sitting in a 1-0 count with Portulato standing at first base. Ball in the dirt. Stopped right there by Grinberg, and the count is now 2-0 to the Roses' right fielder. Nicholson now sitting in second place on the team in RBIs. He was tied with Portulato coming into play today, and he hits a ball on the ground to third base. Bobbled over there. Now the throw across the diamond, and it's not going to be in time. The ball also gets away from the first baseman, Marsden. And on the play, great base running as Portulato moves into third. So a mistake there by the third baseman, Reese Redding. First of all, he bobbled it, which negated the double play. Then tried to make the throw to first, and it was low. Couldn't be dug out by Marsden. So that'll be an E5 for Redding. That gets Nicholson to first base. Sam Cocker now at the dish as they throw over to first. Nicholson back in. We talk a lot about the stolen bases with the speed for this Roses team, but also the speed being used right there to go first to third on a ball thrown away at first base. Next pitch to Cocker. He swings and misses. Ball bounces in the dirt. It's a delayed steal, but Nicholson's going to move up. It'll likely go down in the books as a wild pitch. It kind of got away from the catcher momentarily. So now 2 runners out there in scoring position. It's Sam Cocker at the dish. In an 0-1 count, ball's outside, and the count evens up at 1-1. Speaking of the RBI race on this team, it's Portulato in the lead, as I mentioned. Nicholson right there with 15, but Sam Cocker is third on the team with 14, and 2 runners standing out there trying to move into second place on the leaderboard. The 1-1 pitch, it's hit on the ground, out to third base. Redding gloves it this time. His throw is a good one. And there's one away. Cocker grounds out to third. So here comes James Smybert, left-handed hitter and the shortstop today. Smybert was a late addition to this Roses roster. Played in the Atlantic League this year, also played in the Frontier League. Talking to him before the game, said he played some good defense out there, but knew he could hit a little bit better, so coming over here to Welland now as he grounds the ball out to first base. Nice pick by the first baseman, Marsden. He's going to take it to the bag himself, but a run's going to come across to score. So that's an RBI and a ground out for James Smybert. And the Roses are right back in it. They're down by 1 now. It's 5-4.
Left fielder number 25, Ethan Hunt.
So now it's Ethan Hunt coming up to the dish with a runner at third base. And in a one-run game now, looking to tie this ball game up with 2 outs in this inning, he takes outside. And he's ahead in the count 1-0. Brett Reed has been a little bit wild here today, but has been able to zone it in when he has to, as he's behind in the count 1-0. The offering to Hunt, right back up the middle. That's a base hit. Coming in to score is Nicholson, and the game is tied at 5. Talked about it in his first at-bat, just how hot he's been here in the month of June. And he comes through once again, picking up his 9th RBI of the season. And a huge hit in that spot with a runner at third base and 2 outs. Now he's on the move to second. The throw down, and it's not in time. He takes the bag for his 6th stolen base of the year. Or excuse me, his 7th stolen base after he picked one up back in the second inning. So now a runner at second base for Leo Marcotic, the second baseman. He had a hit in his first time. He pulled it through the hole on the left side. Sits behind in the count 0-1. Now step off. He looks back to second. Hunt back. Didn't throw over there. Marcotic at the plate. Hildebrandt, the DH, waits on deck. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Marcotic in the air, right field. That ball's going towards the line, and it is foul. A diving effort made down there by Drayden Sloat, the right fielder. Great effort, but just couldn't quite get there. Off the bat, looked like it may sit fair inside the line, but just drifted foul. So now Marcotic's got a battle down in the count 0-2. Looking to pick up that run from second base. The Roses have tied up this ball game with 2 runs here in the 3rd inning. The 0-2 from Reed, fouled away. Count remains at 0-2. And that's kind of that same pitch. A lot of calls have been coming on the outside part of the plate, more so to left-handed hitters today. Marcotic, as a right-hander, still didn't want to chance anything, so he reached out, fouled it away. Good job to stay alive, so the count remains 0-2. With Hunt still standing out there at second base. Checks the runner at second, and the pitch to Marcotic. Check swing. They're going to go down to first. He did not go. And the count's 1-2. That's a great job by Marcotic on that breaking ball to start his swing and then recognize it was going to break off the plate and hold off. Now he still has an opportunity to hit with a runner in scoring position. The 1-2 now to Marcotic. It's in the air center field. Leader moving over into the alley. Now calling off the right fielder. He's there and makes the catch to retire the side. But the Roses do score twice, and they tie this game at 5 as we go to the 4th inning here at the Pond. Fourth inning we go now. It's Kenny DiClemente, the second baseman. He had a hit his first time up. He hit that into right field. He led off back in the second inning. The number 8 hitter for the Panthers in their lineup today. It's Klinger Smith, still back out there on the mound. He had a better inning his last time out, not allowing a run. And as he's pitched better in that third inning, the Roses bullpen has cooled off. He gets a strike on the outside corner. And it's a 1-1 count to DiClemente. 8-9-1 due up. Drayden Sloat's up next. And then Blake Jacklin, the left fielder. He's due up third. Klinger Smith long looking for a sign. Now he's got it. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Outside corner gets the call once again. It's strike 2. That call over there has been the same all game long. And as I said, the bullpen has cooled off. They start to throw once again. And it's Casey Howard who likely will be ready very quickly, as he's been throwing for a while now as the ball slashed away foul left side. The count remains at 1-2. Klinger Smith pitching in his first game of the season. Did not pitch with the team last year, but was on their roster in their starting rotation in 2019. He rocks and fires a 1-2 pitch. Left field, and it is foul. The ball just kept slicing off the bat of DiClemente. Another ball that looked like it may stay fair off the bat, but just couldn't keep it inside the chalk. And it remains 1-2. Klinger Smith is actually the head coach at Niagara Community College. Been there for 16 seasons. The 1-2 pitch, it's a breaking ball. Weak ground ball out to second. Leo Marcotic's got it. Throw to first, it's not in time. Kenny DiClemente beats it out on what looked like a routine ground ball to second base. And that will likely go down as an infield hit. And now a runner at first for the number 9 hitter, Drayden Sloat. DiClemente not taking anything for granted on that ground ball to second base. He was busting it out of the box. Got up the line very quickly. Klinger Smith now he's going to try to focus back in after what he thought was going to be the first out of the inning. And he does that effectively as he pours one over the outside corner to the number 9 hitter and right fielder Drayden Sloat. It's strike 1. Checks the runner at first. Working quickly now. Misses outside. And the count evens up at 1-1. Blake Jacklin waits on deck. Simon Grinberg, the catcher, also looking to get an opportunity in the fourth. Tie ball game, 5-5. Klinger Smith delivers to the plate. Off-speed pitch, fouled straight back. And the count is now 1-2. Again, this Panthers team doesn't run a whole lot. They do have a stolen base today, which is just their 5th on the season. Coming into the year, thought it was possible that this team would be one that runs quite a bit as well, but they have not shown that so far this year. Klinger Smith checks the runner, and the pitch is fouled away. Into the seats, or over the seats, into the parking lot. Count remains 1-2. The Kitchener bullpen is quiet as they hit and try to break this tie ball game in the 4th inning. Back in the 3rd was the first time they didn't score in this game, and this ball's hit in the air center field. Morello moving over into the alley, reaches out to make the catch. One away on a ball that was hit hard off the bat by Sloat, but tracked down nicely in the alley by the center fielder Morello. So now it's back to the top of the order in Blake Jacklin, and this is a guy Klinger Smith has not been able to get out yet. Has 2 singles, one to left field, one to center field. Both balls not hit especially hard. Now he squares around a bunt. Can't get it down, and that's strike one. We know Jacklin does have good speed, so he's trying to bunt for a base hit possibly right there. Didn't look like he was squaring around a sacrifice, and with one out in the inning and a runner at first in the top of the order doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Squared around late, tried to get one down to get on. Now a throw over to first base. Back easily is DiClemente. We know DiClemente has speed after what we saw him do getting up the line, but doesn't really look like he has much of an interest in going anywhere over there at first. Once again, Klingersmith throws over there just to keep him close. Klingersmith definitely not using his A move right there, just kind of a courtesy throw over to the bag. He's ahead in the count to the hitter, and the pitch is outside to Jacklin. Count evens up at 1-1. Casey Howard now cranking it up down there. Was just throwing in front of the mound before. Now he's on the rubber. Pitch from Klingersmith. Swing and a miss from Jacklin. It's now 1-2. Jacklin 311 coming into the game today. Also does have a home run to his ledger. This is a team that does hit for some power. 1-2 pitch to Jacklin. It's in the air center field. Morello on the run, striding over there. He dodges. He's not going to be able to get it. The ball gets past him. It's going to go all the way to the wall. DiClemente cruising around third base. He's going to come in to score. Going into third now is Jacklin as the throw comes in. And it's an RBI triple for the Panthers leadoff hitter, and they've once again retaken the lead. It's 6-5. That's the third hit of the game for the left fielder, Jacklin. First of the extra base variety. And now here comes Simon Grinberg, who also has 2 hits. Both of his hits to this point have come off the bat with a little more velocity than the first 2 hits Jacklin had. Last time up, he had an RBI. It was that ball that was into right field that got past Brandon Nicholson. 2 runs came in to score on that play, and now after the mound visit, it's going to be Brian Essery, the manager, coming out. Looks like he already made the signal with Casey Howard still loosening up down there as he goes to the mound. And he will take the ball from Klingersmith, so that's going to be all for the Roses starter here today. Just 3 1/3 for Matt Klingersmith in his first start of the season. Casey Howard coming out of the bullpen. Pitching change now as Casey Howard is into the game for the Welland Roses. Coming on in relief here in this fourth inning, taking over for Matt Klingersmith, and he gives up a ground ball out to second base. Marcotic picks it up on a slide, throw to first in time. 2 gone, but that will force a run home. That's Blake Jacklin scoring on the ground out by Simon Grinberg. And the Panthers jump back out by 2. It's now 7-5. That was a strong defensive play by Leo Marcotic out there at second base. And now here comes Andy Leader to the dish, hitting with 2 outs and nobody on base. Howard pours one over the outside, and it's strike 1 for Marcotic out there. Plays his college baseball at Texas A&M in Corpus Christi. Was still at school to start the year, but came over when the season finished. Is a natural second baseman out there. Leader takes down low. The count's even at 1-1. He did play a little bit of third base to start his time here for Welland, and I talked to him before the game, and he told me hadn't played third base since playing in his junior college days before going to Texas A&M at Corpus Christi, but he felt pretty comfortable over there. Now playing at more of his natural position. It's where he played this season and started 49 games there for the college. Hit 300 as well. Right now it's Andy Leader at the dish in a 2-1 count. And reliever Casey Howard throws one right there. It's a strike. Gets a swing and a miss from Leader. And it's 2-2 now with 2 outs. If he can find a way on, Keegan Marsden, the left-handed hitting first baseman, waits on deck. But Howard looking to minimize the damage after coming out of the pen. Did allow his inherited runner to score, but got an out on the play. Next pitch is down low. And it's 3-2. And if you're Howard, of course you don't want to give up any of the inherited runners, but you got an out on the play, so sometimes it's all you can ask for. And it was a quick one as well. Now trying to get his next man here, Leader. Leader swings and bounces a ball up the middle. Smybert coming in. Throw on the run, and it is not in time. Leader beats it out. Once again, the Panthers using that speed to get up the line. Ball was not hit hard at all to the shortstop, James Smybert. But that'll go down as an infield single. And now here comes Keegan Marsden. He had a sac fly back in the first inning and then grounded out to third his last time up. Leader taking a big lead off of second base. Not going anywhere, though. The first pitch glances off the glove of the catcher, Cocker, and it goes all the way to the backstop, easily allowing the runner, Leader, to advance. Another wild pitch. And a runner in scoring position now for Marsden. Marsden from Stratford, Ontario, playing first base in his 5th season in the IBL, 4th season with the Panthers. Started his career in Guelph back in 2016. Awaits the pitch, center field. Morello, the center fielder, going back, still on the run, near the track, makes the catch. And the inning is over. Gio Morello once again showing off the glove as he went straight back and hauled it in just in front of the warning track. The Panthers do score twice, though, and they now lead it as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the fourth now, it's Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, number 8 hitter in this lineup. As once again, the Roses look to get one back. They've kind of been behind the 8-ball all game long, but always seeming to come through when they have to get the game right back to even. They went down 3-0 in the top of the first, but came back to score 2 runs in the bottom half, scored once in the second, then scored twice more in the bottom half of the third inning. But in the top half of this fourth, the Panthers jumped out to a 2-run lead. It was tied going to the fourth. They scored twice in the fourth inning. Roses looking to bounce right back and get this ball game tied up once again. Hildebrandt swings and misses. Twice now he's swung and missed at a breaking ball, and the count's 1-2. It's Mattingly Romanen that's waiting on deck. He's the third baseman, number 9 hitter today. Back to the top of the order as well in this inning. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. Counts 2-2. Catcher Simon Grinberg looked like he thought he got the call on the outside corner, but it may have just went around the plate. Counts even at 2-2 to Hildebrandt. Misses outside. That was a fastball that time. And the count is now 3-2. Hildebrandt walked his first time up, then was erased on a fielder's choice. The full count pitch to Hildebrandt, bounced foul wide of first. Down to that Panthers bullpen. Count remains at 3-2. Pretty decent sized shift right now for the second baseman. Really moved over into the hole facing Hildebrandt, but he misses outside. Brett Reed walks another batter. Hildebrandt's on at first, and here comes Mattingly Romanen.
Third baseman, number 8, Mattingly Romanen.
That's the 5th walk so far of the game for Brett Reed. A lot of traffic on the bases so far for the Roses. Romanen comes up, runner at first base, takes outside. He's ahead 1-0. His first time up, he bounced into that fielder's choice, but hustled all the way out of the box. To get a run home. And he takes inside. It's now 2-0 to the Roses' third baseman. That fielder's choice drove in Ethan Hunt his last time. He swings and misses at what looked like a breaking ball in a 2-0 count. And the count is 2-1, and that's difficult when a guy is out there and he's confident enough to throw his breaking ball when he's behind in the count. Usually 2-0 count is a fastball opportunity coming up, and I'm sure that's what Romanen was thinking as well. That's why Reed got the swing and miss. This time he misses way outside, though. Couldn't get a swing from Romanen. And the count is now 3-1 with the leadoff man, Gio Morello, standing on deck. Reed comes set at the belt, and the 3-1 pitch is inbound, bounces to the plate. That's ball 4. Back-to-back walks to start the inning. And there's 2 runners on as they go back to the top of the order now. And as a pitcher, that's something you never want to do, is walk the bottom of the order. Usually comes around to bite you, as it's Gio Morello striding to the plate now. And those hitters down at the bottom of the lineup, you really want to make them earn their way on. Now, of course, Welland's bottom of the lineup is a little different than most teams. They still have some pretty good hitters down there, hitting in the 7, 8, 9 spots. But still now going back to the top of the order with 2 runners on base. It's going to be a difficult situation for any pitcher that's on the mound, especially when you're trying to hold a lead here in the middle innings. Morello squared around a bunt on that first pitch. Third baseman Redding playing on the grass line, still expecting the bunt. From the Roses center fielder, Reed checks the runner. Once again he squares around. Now he pulls it back but takes a strike. Counts at 1-1 now. Looked like Morello wanted to get that third baseman to come in and then try to slash a ball by him, but didn't like the pitch that he got. It was called a strike, however, and the count's even at 1. Hildebrand in scoring position at second base. The number 9 hitter, Mattingly Romanen, who just walked, stands at first. Once again, he squares around and he gets it down to third base. Picked up by Redding. The throw over there and just beats him to the bag. They get the out, but that's a sacrifice for Gio Morello.
First baseman, number 10, Mateo Porcelado.
They wanted the sacrifice. That's exactly what Morello did. He got it down, and there's 1 out now, and that pushes 2 runners into scoring position for Porcelado, who already has a home run in this game. Hit it back in the first inning. Drove in Morello. It was a 2-run home run that got the Roses right back in the game. Looking for another big hit here with 2 runners out there, and he takes up high. Counts 1-0. Porcelado's been able to come up with some big hits so far this season. He's played mostly first base for the team, also played a little bit of second base as well, as he fouls one straight back right off the screen. Could tell he didn't love that swing. And the count's now 1-1, 1 gone on that sacrifice bunt by Morello. As we play in the bottom of the 4th inning. Infield is playing back, so once again they will trade an out for a run. Likely the runner at third going on contact. Ball inside is in the dirt, but it's blocked nicely by Grinberg. The count's now 2-1. Also the thinking, not a ton of speed over at third base, but still on a ground ball up the middle. They will definitely go the route of throwing to first. Porcelado, though, has bigger thoughts than hitting a ground ball up the middle. Trying to put them on the board as he hits one right back up the middle. It does get into the second baseman's glove. DiClemente's throw picked out of the dirt, and he's safe at first. First baseman Marsden was off the bag. Matt Hildebrand comes in to score. And that was that ground ball up the middle that I was talking about. It did get a run home. Now the Roses trail by 1 at 7-6 with Brandon Nicholson coming up to the plate.
Right fielder number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
Brandon Nicholson now the number 3 hitter and right fielder for the Roses. Opportunity to hit with runners at the corners. It's Mattingly Romanen at third base. Mateo Porcelado on at first. 1 out, 7-6 game. Porcelado's running. They're not going to throw down. He steals it. So 1 gone now, 2 runners into scoring position. Nicholson looking to pick up that 16th and possibly 17th RBIs on the year as they stand out there on base right now. He swings and bounces a ball off the glove of a diving third baseman Redding. It gets into left field. Coming around third base now is Porcelado. The throw to the plate, and it is not in time. Porcelado crosses the plate, and the Roses have taken the lead. It's 8-7. Nicholson with the hit, went off the glove of the third baseman Redding. Made a diving play for it, couldn't come up with the ball, and as that happens, there is action in the Kitchener bullpen. The catcher Sam Cocker coming up to the dish. Now, if that ball directly gets into left field, I don't think Porcelado's able to score from second base. He does have speed, but because the ball deflected off the glove of the third baseman Redding, it slowed it down going into left field, which allowed Porcelado to come in to score. And of course, that stolen base is huge now, because if he's still standing at first, there's no way he scores on the play. And once again, the speed coming into effect. not only taking the base, but being able to score from second on the play. And also Nicholson moving into second base with some smart base running will give Cocker an opportunity to hit with one out and a runner in scoring position. Cocker 0 for 2 so far. He's flown out to left field, grounded out to third base. Looking for his first hit on this Father's Day afternoon. Nicholson takes his lead. Ball's bounced out to third base. Picked up by Redding. Gonna be a tough play. Throw on the run. Not in time. Nicholson's coming to the plate. The throw, and they got him. Aggressive base running by the Roses once again. Nicholson trying to score from second base on that throw from Redding across the diamond, but was cut down by Marsden. A strong throw. So Nicholson thrown out at the plate. Cocker is on, though, with an infield single. So now it's James Smybert, the left-handed hitter, and now there's a conversation going on between the umpires. Nothing will come of it, so James Smybert getting an opportunity with Cocker at first base. There's 2 outs in the inning now. Marsden holding on the runner. Big hole on the right side. Left-handed hitting Smybert stands in, takes outside corner strike. Count is 0-1. Smybert playing in his 5th game on the season. This is his first year with the Roses from Mississauga, Ontario. Long pause. Now the pitch from Reed. It's inside. Scoop behind the plate. Keeps it right in front of him. Count evens up at 1-1. Ethan Hunt, who has an RBI single in this game, waits on deck. Smybert also has an RBI today. That was on a ground out to first base back in the 3rd inning. 2 outs, throw over to first base, Cocker back. Cocker, as a catcher, not usually known for stolen bases, but he does have 7 on the season, which places him 6th in the IBL. The 1-1 offering fouled away. Count runs to 1-2 now. As after the bullpen did start moving, they have stopped throwing in this inning, so it looks like this is Reed's inning to finish. And he does have 2 outs and 2 strikes on the hitter Smybert. Comes set at the belt. Checks the runner and the pitch. It's a breaking ball popped up in the air. Center field. Going back as the shortstop. Now going in as the center fielder leader. And he's right there to make the play and record the out. But the Roses do score 3 times, and they now lead at 8-7 as we go to the 5th. Let's go to the 5th inning now here at Welland Stadium with a great crowd on hand today for a Sunday afternoon Father's Day game. Brendan Lang here with you as the Roses lead at 8-7 after picking up 3 runs in the bottom half of the 4th inning. First pitch of the 5th, bounced on the ground, out to shortstop, picked up by Smybert. Easy play to first. 1 pitch, 1 gone here in the 5th.
Designated hitter Robbie Goche.
Smybert, a strong defender out there at shortstop. Once again, he started his time with Welland playing third base. Said growing up he did play a lot of third base, but moved over to shortstop as he got a little bit older. First pitch from Howard to the designated hitter Gauthier is a strike, and the count is 0-1. Of course, if you can play shortstop, you can pretty much play anywhere on the diamond. And he's been solid so far at the position for the Roses. Next pitch from Howard drifts outside, taken for a ball by Gauthier. And it's 1-1. Howard was able to get out of the 4th inning after taking over for the starter, Matt Klingersmith, who just went 3 1/3. Now Howard pitching in his 2nd inning of work. He gets a strike on the outside corner. And he's been pounding the strike zone since he's come out of the bullpen. He's ahead 1-2 as the fans here at the pond start the wave down there. Everybody getting into it. One-two count to Gauthier, and the pitch from Howard, swing and a miss. He got the strikeout, and there's 2 gone. Howard's had a good season so far. This is his 7th appearance, all of his appearances coming out of the bullpen. 3.11 ERA coming into play today. Earlier on in his career, he did make some starts for the organization, but lately been mostly out of the bullpen. He did make 1 start last year through 12 appearances. And now he gets a ball skied in the air right side. Mateo Porcelato moving towards the bullpen, still on the run, and the ball's going to drop foul. It always gets difficult down there by those mounds in the bullpen down both lines. But really not much of a chance to make a play on that ball, so it's just a strike, and the count is 0-1. To the batter, Tyler Henriquez. Henriquez playing in his first season in the IBL, first season, of course, with the Panthers from Waterloo. Plays collegiately at Ball State University. Hit just 200 this past year at school. Looking to have a little more success here in the IBL as he takes a breaking ball over the inside corner. For strike 2. Rang him up on strike 2. That's Adam DeCare behind the plate. Got a little ahead of himself. And it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch fouled away. Now time, you're actually going to say it hit him on the hand as he shakes it out. And they're going to ask down to first base if he went. No, he did not swing. And it really looks like he's hurt. Henriquez is going to trot down to first base. Manager of the Jackfish, Brian Essery, out of the dugout. He's going to have a conversation with home plate umpire Adam DeCare. Also, Ben Mercier, who's umping first today, is going to come down. They're going to have a chat about it now. So the ball definitely did hit the finger of Tyler Henriquez. You could see he was visibly in pain on the play. But the question is, did he swing the bat? When they appealed it down to first base, he said there was no swing. Now, there is a conference going on between all 3 umpires. That's Adam DeCare, just mentioned, the home plate umpire. Ben Mercier is at first base, and Mike Guthrow is doing the job at third base today. 3-man umpire crew standing together around the home plate area, and now they're going to call him out. So after the conference, They're going to call him out at the plate. He did go around. So the Roses are off the field, and the inning comes to an end. Howard with a strong outing in his second inning of work. And the Roses still lead at 8-7. As we move to the back half of this game, we go to the bottom of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth inning now. The day has come to an end for Brett Reed, the starting pitcher for the Kitchener Panthers. It's Matt Stoddart into the game now, Mississauga native. 3.37 ERA in his fifth game so far this year. All of his appearances are coming out of the bullpen. Ethan Hunt leads things off. The first pitch from Stoddart taken up high for a strike by Hunt. And the count is 0-1. The next pitch is taken for a ball. The count's now even at 1-1. This is Stoddart's second year with the team. So he missed with that last pitch. Working quickly out of the bullpen, pitching out of the windup. In the air, center field by Hunt. This ball's tagged out to deep center field, and it's going to bounce off the wall. Hunt around first. He's going to get into second standing up, and a leadoff double for Ethan Hunt here in the bottom of the fifth.
Second baseman, number 5, Leo Marcotte.
Now here comes the second baseman, Leo Marcotte, after the leadoff double by Ethan Hunt. Rose is trying to extend this lead right now as they have a one-run lead. It's 8-7. Stoddart pitching, and it's down low. Also another defensive change to tell you about in this game. New third baseman into the game for the Panthers. It's Stephen Whalen. He comes on as he takes the spot of Reese Redding. at third base. Runner at second is Ethan Hunt after the double, and Marcotic at the dish fouls it away. Count evens at 1-1. Stoddard pitched in the OCAA for Humber College. Started out his time as an infielder, but then moved onto the mound. The all-time leader for pitching appearances at Humber College. Pitching out of the stretch now with a runner on base. Looks in for the sign. He's got it. Look back at second before delivering the pitch. It's Marcotic at the plate. Hildebrandt's going to get another opportunity. He's on deck. Mattingly Romanen also possible to get an opportunity here. It's a breaking ball, missing inside. The count is 2-1. To the Roses' second baseman, Marcotic. Has a single and a flyout to center field in this game. Check the runner at second. Stoddard now delivers home. It's slashed away, foul. Over the seats. And the count's now even at 2-2. Straight up defense being played right now by the Panthers. Stephen Whalen, the new third baseman, is really playing close to the line over there, trying to protect against extra bases with a runner standing at second. The 2-2 offering, swing and a miss. It was a high fastball. Marcotic went out of the zone and chased it, and he strikes out for the first out of the fifth.
Designated hitter number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
That's only the second time a Roses hitter has struck out today. And now here comes Matt Hildebrand. Does not have an official at-bat in this game yet. 2 walks on his ledger. So he's been on base twice, looking for his first hit of the contest. First pitch to him from Stoddard. It's outside. Counts 1-0. And Hildebrand, of course, we talked about it earlier on in the broadcast. He is known to be a power hitter, had that huge home run against Brantford, but also a guy who knows the strike zone very well. Will take his walks when there's nothing to hit. He's done that early on in this game, and he destroys a ball into the gap, right center field. It's gone! Matt Hildebrand drives it out to deep right center field in the power alley, and it's a 2-run bomb for Hildebrand.
Fans on Father's Day, Big Daddy.
Hildebrand with a missile out there. Off the bat, he knew he got it, but off the bat, I didn't think it had the height to get out of here. Thought it was going to bounce off the wall, but it just kept going and going. Left a vapor trail on it. And it's now 10-7 Roses.
Number 8, Mattingly Romanen.
So that's the second 2-run home run of the game for the Roses. That puts them up by 3 as we play in the 5th inning. It's Mattingly Romanen now. He comes up, the number 9 hitter, with 1 out. Takes a pitch outside, and it's 2-0 now. Talked about the power of Hildebrand, and that's back-to-back home games now with home runs, and he's hit them in pretty similar spots. Inside to Romanen, it's 3-0. Early on in the season, we saw him pull a lot of balls down that right field line for extra base hits. The 3-0 pitch to Romanen's on the outside corner for a strike. If you go back to that walk-off hit against London, that's exactly where he put it, down the right field line, but he's been working up the middle a little bit more as it's fouled straight back over the screen. And the count's now 3-2. The game against Brantford hit it a little bit more towards center field, but really staying in the big part of the yard, and he's got the power to get it out of there. 3-2 count, fouled away by Romanen, and it's remaining at 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Once again, it's fouled away. Count stays right there, and a great at-bat being put up by Romanen after the home run by Hildebrandt. For Hildebrandt, his second home run of the season, both coming here at home, and his 14th and 15th RBIs on the year, and it's a broken back ground ball up the middle, picked up by Enriquez. Throw is in time for the second out of the inning. And then I'll go back to the top of the order now for Gio Morello.
Center fielder, number 11, Gio Morello.
Down around the batting cage today with the wind blowing from left to right. The players were saying a lot of balls were getting knocked down in the air, but both Porcelato and Hildebrandt has had no problems with that. Both balls hit a ton. It's Gio Morello now at the plate, taking outside for a ball. Morello getting his fourth at-bat already here in the fifth inning. He's walked, struck out, and had a sacrifice bunt. Looking for his first hit of the game. Takes one high. It's 2-0. The 2-0 offering right there at the letters for a strike. And it's 2-1 now. And I know I mentioned it, but really watching Pat Stoddard on the mound, he is one of the fastest workers I've seen so far this season. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss from Morello. He came up empty on a big hack. And the count's now 2-2. Reminds you a lot of Chris Boato, who pitches for Welland. Very fast workers, both pitching out of the full windup. Of course, Boato left-handed. Stoddard pitching from the right side as he misses arm side. And the count is 3-2. And as a defender, you always love when your pitchers work quickly, keeps you in the game. Full count offering, it's down low, possibly inside as well. And he loses Morello. And now here comes Mateo Porcelato, the first baseman. So the second time today Morello was walked. He's been on base twice, both times via the walk, and he came around to score in the first inning after leading off the home half of the first, getting on. He came around to score, of course, on that home run by Porcelato, who stands at the dish now. Morello's off and running. The throw down to second. It bounces in there. It's not in time. Morello steals it. His first stolen base of the game, 14th stolen base of the season. Now a runner in scoring position for Porcelato. He's been on base all three times today. Of course, that home run in the first. He's also walked, reached on an error as well. Check swing. No appeal. They will call that a ball, and the count's now 2-0. Gets himself into a good hitter's count, which he's been doing very effectively recently. The 2-0 offering, it's outside, and the count's now 3-0. Or it's 2-1. Check that. There are two outs. Stoddard delivers outside. Count's now 3-1. Porcelato looking to drive in another one as the Jackfish lead it 10-7. He checks his swing, takes outside, but it's right on the corner. Counts full at 3-2. The Roses have scored in every inning so far this afternoon. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and now 2 here in the fifth. Looking to add some more as Porcelato walks. And Brandon Nicholson, the number 3 hitter, comes up to the dish. So back-to-back walks given up by Stoddard. And once again, the Panthers bullpen is throwing.
Brandon Nicholson.
Canisius University product, Brandon Nicholson now. Right-handed hitter comes up to the plate. He takes inside, and he gets ahead in the count 1-0. Stoddard has had a little bit of trouble here in this inning, throwing strikes early on in the count. And, of course, he's given up that home run. Morello's on his way to third base. He's going to steal it. The throw back to first. Porcelato's there. He didn't follow the runner Morello. So it was not a double steal that was on. Morello was definitely going on his own. So he gets on with the walk, steals second, and then steals third. Now he's 90 feet away. With Nicholson at the dish. Porcelato took a few steps towards second base, but didn't go anywhere. That's a strike call up at the letters. Stoddart's back in the count now at 2-1. Runner held on at first base. Now Porcelato's going. In the air, little blooper out to left field, and it's going to drop in left field. Morello comes in to score. Big turn around first base for Nicholson, but he's going to throw on the brakes. An RBI single on a bloop hit to left field. And the Roses have extended this lead. It's 11-7.
Catcher number 16, Sam Cocker.
So now 3 runs have come across the plate in this inning. First pitch, breaking ball. Perfect pitch to get the inside corner against Sam Cocker, the cleanup hitter today for the Roses. He's really been in that cleanup spot all season long. There goes Nicholson towards second base. He's going to take the bag. It was another breaking ball that was thrown. And an off-speed pitch, of course, a good one to run on. Fastball up and in to Cocker. Buzzed the tower. And it's 2-1 now as Cocker just bent out of the way of it. Next pitch to Cocker. It's at the letters. Strike 2. The count's even at 2-2. The last time Cocker came to the plate, he hit that ball to third base and beat it out. Credited with an infield single. Then Nicholson was thrown out at the plate. He grounds the ball out to shortstop. Henriquez picks it up. Throw is in time. And the inning is over, but the Roses do score 3 times, 2 of them coming on a 2-run home run by Matt Hildebrandt as we go to the 6th. Sixth inning now, and Kenny DiClemente, the second baseman, comes up. He is the number 8 hitter, but he's led off 3 times. This is his 3rd time leading off so far today. Casey Howard still out there on the mound in his 3rd inning of work now. Came on back in the 4th inning. Did allow 1 inherited runner to score. As he throws the first pitch for a strike to DiClemente. Had a scoreless inning last inning in the 5th on that interesting play to end the frame. And he quickly jumps ahead of the second baseman, DiClemente. Next pitch, it's on the ground, diving stab by Smybert, but it gets past him. That's a hit for DiClemente. That's his 2nd hit of the game, coming out of that number 8 spot. And now a runner on at first base for the number 9 hitter, Drayden Sloat. Runner being held on over there at first base. Left-handed hitting Drayden Sloat climbs into the box and takes one outside, possibly a little bit high as well. And the count is 1-0. Top of the order, and Blake Jacklin stands on deck. The runner over at first base is Kenny DiClemente. He's got some speed over there. This ball's lifted in the air left field. On the run is Hunt, still coming. He's going to have to stop and play it on a bounce. The throw into second, skips in there. Gets away from the second baseman, Marcotic. Nothing will come of it, though. So a hit that just bloops in front of the left fielder, Hunt. And now there's 2 on with nobody out. Going back to the Kitchener top of the order in Blake Jacklin. So Jacklin, left-handed hitter, comes in to face the right-handed hitting Howard, and now there is movement down in the bullpen for the Roses. As Howard works to the number 1 hitter in this lineup, Jacklin bunts it on the ground. Off the mound is Howard. Throw is not in time. Close play over there at first, but couldn't quite get him, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Jackpot, take home for you, approaching $800. Let's get it over 800. Get your 50-50 tickets now. Catcher Simon Grinberg.
So here comes Simon Grinberg now. He's got 2 RBIs to his name. Last time in the 4th inning, he grounded out to second base. It was a nice defensive play by the second baseman, Marcotic. But a run did come across to score. Grinberg now takes one outside corner for strike 1. And the count is 0-1. Bases are loaded. Standing over there at third base is DiClemente. Drayden Sloat at second base. Blake Jacklin on at first, and it's fouled away. That's strike 2. Oh, 0-2 count now as Howard gets way up on this number 2 hitter, Grinberg, and that's huge to get ahead in the count, especially with the bases loaded here as he tries to minimize the damage. Of course, the Roses do have a decent-sized lead, leading at 11-7, but no lead is safe. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Howard gets the strikeout for the first out of the inning on a huge play with the strikeout to not allow a ball in play, because with the bases loaded, a ball in play likely means a run coming in to score. So he gets the strikeout of a guy who has been tough to retire today and all season, coming in hitting .462, so a big strikeout on 3 pitches as well. And now here comes Andy Leader, the number 3 hitter, center fielder, skies a ball into center field. That's Gio Morello moving over, now into the alley. He makes the catch. Tagging from third base is DiClemente. He's going to come in to score with ease. Throw goes into third base. So mark that down, a sacrifice fly for Andy Leader.
First baseman Keegan Marsden.
And it's now an 11-8 game. So now it's Keegan Marsden coming up to the plate. He had a sacrifice fly back in the first inning also was grounded out to third base, and he flew out to center field to end the fourth inning on a great defensive play by the center fielder Morello as he went back right in front of the warning track to make the catch, and he rifles it into right field. It's down for a hit, and it bangs off the glove of Nicholson. He can't pick it up cleanly, and another run's going to come across the plate. That's Drayden Sloat scoring from second base. And it's 11-9. So now Brian Essery's out of the dugout, and he is going to take the ball from Casey Howard. Had a decent outing, but gave up 2 runs here in this inning. Roses still do lead it now 11-9 as we have a pitching change coming up here in the 6th. New pitcher into the game for the Roses is Wyatt Hummel, the Edmonton native. He's in his 7th game of the season. He has made 1 start, but 6 appearances out of the bullpen. Early on in the season, it looked like he was going to be a guy who's going to be in the starting rotation, but has pitched well out of the pen. 3.72 ERA coming into play today, and he gets a swing and a miss on a high fastball from the new third baseman, Stephen Whaling. Whalen, left-handed hitter, took over for Reese Redding. And he's down in the count now, 0-1 to Hummel. The 0-1 offering is fouled straight back, same pitch. And it's now 0-2, that's twice. Whalen has been behind a fastball by Hummel, and that's something you've seen from him so far this year. He's got good velocity on that fastball. Plus, Whalen's first at-bat of the game. Sometimes it's difficult to catch up to the hard stuff. And that's been the case so far in this at-bat as he sits behind in the count. 0-2, breaking ball, drops it right in there for strike 3. 3 pitches and a strikeout to get out of the inning for Wyatt Hummel and keep the score right where it is. And the Roses still lead at 11-9 as we go to the bottom half of the 6th here at Welland Stadium. Bottom of the 6th inning now. It's James Smybert, the shortstop for the Welland Roses. And there's a new pitcher into the game. It's Matt McGovern. Out of the bullpen. Second man out of the bullpen for the Panthers today. Matt Stoddard pitched 1 inning of work. Gave up 3 runs in that inning. McGovern faces Smybert now, and he gets one on the outside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1. McGovern from Ottawa. This is his 3rd appearance of the season, has not given up an earned run yet on the year. Pitches out of the full windup, facing the left-handed hitting Smybert. Smybert fouls it away, and it's 0-2. He's been in the IBL for a while now. Played with Kitchener originally, played with them back in 2013 until 2017, then spent 2 seasons with the Brantford Red Sox. Now back on the Kitchener Panthers roster. Pitch is inside, and it is bounced out to the pitcher, McGovern. He's going to pick it up, throw it to first base, and they're going to call the out. So that's a few times today we've seen some intriguing plays on inside pitches. That time, I guess it hit maybe the knob of the bat of Smybert, bounced into fair territory, and that's an easy out for Matt McGovern, as Smybert didn't break out of the box. McGovern facing Hunt now as he takes outside. Hunt hitting with 1 out. Marcotic standing on deck. Had an RBI hit back in the 3rd inning. Had that base hit to center field. Now he takes one on the outside edge. Count evens up at 1-1. And Hunt has really come on strong with the bat. Started out the year with the team playing third base as he skies a ball into center field. Andy Leader striding over into the alley. He's now over there to make the catch. And there's 2 gone. So here comes Leo Marcotic now. Marcotic had a hit his first time up. In the 2nd inning, he pulled a ball through the left side. He's also flown out to center field, and then last time up, he struck out on a ball that was outside of the zone that he chased. Looking to get on now with 2 outs, and Matt Hildebrand waiting on deck as McGovern misses outside. And the count is 1-0. Now Marcotic in the air to center field. Leader going back. Almost in his tracks now. He makes the catch in a quick inning out of the bullpen for Matt McGovern. Goes 3 up, 3 down as we move to the back third of this game, and the Roses lead it 11-9. Here comes Robbie Gauthier now. He is the designated hitter and number 6 hitter in the lineup. But leading off the 7th inning now. And it's Wyatt Hummel out there on the mound. Missing outside. Panthers scored twice in the last inning. Now trail by 2 runs only as Hummel tries to keep it right there, and he gets a call on the inside corner. Gauthier turned away, looked like he loved the call, but the count's even at 1-1. Gauthier doing a lot of DHing for this team this year, is a catcher by trade. And now he takes on the outside corner for a strike. And it's 1-2. And he hits one into center field. Now over to left field, it's Hunt making the play. First out of the inning on a ball that was hit pretty high in the air. Thought it was going to go more into center field right off the bat, but it was hit pretty much right at the left fielder, Hunt. And now here comes Tyler Henriquez, the shortstop today. Kenny DiClemente is waiting on deck. There's one gone. First pitch from Hummel is a breaking ball, swing and a miss on a perfectly executed pitch by the Roses reliever. You could tell Henriquez was definitely looking for a fastball. He didn't get one, though. We'll see where Hummel goes with it now. He went with a fastball, and it's drilled in the air right field, going back towards the wall, and it's off the wall. Around first base is Henriquez. He gets into second base standing up, and a loud double off the bat of the Kitchener shortstop. And there's now a runner at second base with one gone for Kenny DiClemente.
Second baseman Kenny DiClemente.
That ball was hit hard off the bat of a right-handed hitter as well, so that's going the other way. Thought it may have enough to get out of here off the bat, but just off that wall in right field. Played in nicely by the right fielder Nicholson to keep him right there at second base. And now the first pitch to DiClemente is fouled straight back. And he gets ahead in the count 0-1. Drayden Sloat, the right fielder, is waiting on deck. Pitching out of the stretch, and the pitch from Hummel, it's a breaking ball, but easily DiClemente went around. And he's ahead 0-2, and that's something that we've seen now in this inning. We know that he's got that good fastball, but a couple times, great breaking balls, one right there to get that swing and a miss on a ball that ended up nowhere near the strike zone. Here comes the 0-2 now. It's a fastball. He got him. 2 away. He absolutely locked up DiClemente.
Right fielder Drayden Sloat.
3 pitches, 3 strikes. He gets the strikeout. He went with the breaking ball to get a swing and a miss, and you could tell DiClemente was definitely looking for another one. As Hummel now delivers the next pitch. He doesn't get the call. It's down low to Drayden Sloat. A lot of the times when you get a swing and a miss that looks like that, the pitcher is going to go back to the same pitch, and I'm sure that's exactly what DiClemente was thinking as well. But Hummel crossed him up with a fastball, and with that good velocity, he had no shot of pulling the trigger. Slugged in the air left field now, but it's going to squirt foul. Sloat had a hit that way last time up in the 6th inning. And now it's a even count at 1-1 for Hummel. Hummel, a guy, as I mentioned earlier, started the year in the rotation, so somebody who can definitely pitch multiple innings, as nobody is up right now in that Roses bullpen. There are 2 gone in this inning with a runner standing at second base, and a breaking ball drops right in there for a strike. Once again, he's got a great feel for that breaking ball here in this outing. Now we'll see if he uses it effectively once again or if he goes back to the fastball to try and get that strikeout like he did to DiClemente. Here comes the 1-2. He does go with the fastball. It's bounced out to first base. Porcelato's got it. Flip it to first in time to the pitcher covering to retire the side. Hummel with a good inning. Allows the double, but no runs come across as the Roses still lead at 11-9 as we move to the bottom of the seventh. Here comes the DH, Matt Hildebrandt, to lead off this bottom half of the seventh inning. Brendan Lang here as the Roses lead it 11-9. Hildebrandt in his last time up had a long home run out to right center field as he swings and misses at the first offering from McGovern, pitching in his second inning of work. Had a very good first inning of work, and he's had a strong season so far. This is his third appearance of the year. Still has not given up an earned run yet. Next pitch to Hildebrandt. It's outside. And the count is 1-1. On that home run by Hildebrandt back in the fifth, it was a two-run shot that didn't know if it had enough height to get out of here, but he just hit it so hard the ball kept carrying and just got over that fence. McGovern gets a breaking ball called on the outside edge. And it's a 1-2 count for Hildebrandt, the number 8 hitter. Number 9 hitter, Mattingly Romanen, stands on deck right now. And then back to the top of the order, Gio Morello will get an opportunity in this inning. If anybody can reach base, Mateo Porcelato will get a chance as well. Hildebrandt in the air, right field, and it's way gone. An absolute no-doubter off the bat. His second home run of the game, his third of the season. And the Jackfish lead it now, 12-9.
Fans, that was no doubt the longest home run ever hit at the pond. Once again, make some noise for Matt Hildebrandt.
So I was just talking about the home run he hit back in the fifth inning, and I didn't know if it had the height to get out of there. That one was absolutely no doubt about it. As public address announcer Rod Mahood said, probably the longest home run hit here at Welland Stadium. That ball was on the roof out there in right field. An absolute no doubt blast. It's a solo home run for Hildebrandt, his second of the game. 12-9. The Roses lead it now Romanen ahead in the count 1-0 after that long home run. It is the first earned run given up by McGovern this year. And that's one of those where right when it leaves the bat, you don't even want to turn around to see where it lands. 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball fouled back by Romanen. So it took Hildebrand a little while to get his first home run of the season, but now he's on an absolute power-hitting hot streak. 3 home runs in the past 2 games as Romanen swings and he's down on strikes for the first out.
Center fielder number 11, Gio Morello.
So it's back to the top of the order now, and Gio Morello nobody moving right now in the Panthers bullpen. McGovern, this is his inning for sure. First pitch to Morello, outside corner, called a strike. Again, that pitch looks maybe a little outside, but it's been called all game long. Morello sitting in an 0-1 count now. He hits it on the ground. That's through the hole into right field. It's a base hit for Morello. He's on at first. And here comes Mateo Porcelato.
First baseman number 10, Mateo.
For Morello, that base hit comes off his old teammate, old manager out there in Brantford. As Morello was on Brantford a season ago. Was an all-star for them, won the team MVP. And now he stands over at first base with Mateo Porcelato, who also has a home run in this game. He hit that way back in the first inning. Porcelato takes down low. Counts 1-0. Morello over there at first base. Came into the game with 13 stolen bases. He's stolen 2 bags today. So he's at 15 on the year now. And once again, the Roses continue to run all game long as Porcelato fouls it at the plate and the count's evened up at 1-1. After that pitch, quickly, Simon Grinberg's going to go out to the mound and have a chat with McGovern. Now, he went out there really quickly, not too sure if there was maybe a cross-up out there. And actually, the ball was fouled off home plate umpire Adam DeCare. He's taking a little bit of time. But now he seems good to go as McGovern waits just in front of the mound. He's going to get a new baseball. Climbs back onto the mound now. On the Roses side, there is some movement in their bullpen. It's Chris Boato throwing right now. There is stirring in the Panthers bullpen now as well, but nobody is throwing yet. It's a 1-1 count to the number 2 hitter, Porcelato. First, before the pitch, is a throw over to first. Morello back with a head-first dive. He gets in there easily. So the count's still 1-1. McGovern comes set at the belt. Checks the runner at first. And the pitch, it's down low. Now a 2-1 count on Porcelato. This is Porcelato's first season with the team as well from British Columbia. Played baseball at Marion University. Now playing here for Welland as he takes on the outside corner. It's strike 2. In his final season at school, he played in 54 games after not seeing action the year before. Played mostly third base. Hit .380 that year at school. And I mean, we're seeing that offensive prowess come to fruition now as he's hitting .361 coming into play. Played more first base for this team, though. but a guy that can play both corners, obviously. And he takes a pitch inside that McGovern wanted a strike, but he didn't get the call. And now on a 3-2 count with one out, you likely see the runner going from first base. Morello takes his lead. Throw over to first base. Back, standing up, is Morello. And Matt McGovern was thinking the same thing right there. Likely will be moving on the pitch, but got to make sure the pitcher goes to the plate before he moves on 3-2. He takes his lead, and he is running. The pitch is outside. That's ball 4. So Morello will move up to second regardless with the walk. Porcelato down to first, and now with one away in the inning, runner at second base and a runner at first base for the number 3 hitter, Brandon Nicholson.
Brandon Nicholson.
In Nicholson's last time, he picked up an RBI on a hit to left field. Two runners out there for him. That RBI he picked up was his 16th of the year, and now he drills a ball in the gap. That ball's going to get down. Morello's going to get a green light. He's going to score. Porcelato coming around third. He's going to cross the plate as well. A 2 RBI double for Brandon Nicholson. Now it's 14-9, and that'll be all for the pitcher McGovern. So managers out of the dugout. That ball was absolutely stung in the gap. So that's back-to-back at-bats, picking up RBIs for Nicholson. And that restores that bigger lead as we have a pitching change here in the 7th inning. So pitching change is David Bruinsma coming into the game for Kitchener. He's had a great season so far. This is his 8th appearance out of the bullpen as he fires a strike to the cleanup hitter Sam Cocker. He's been their top reliever so far with an ERA at 1.03. Only given up 6 hits in his 7 appearances. That pitch is inside off the glove of the catcher Grinberg. Easily moving into third base on the wild pitch is Nicholson, and now he's 90 feet away with Cocker at the dish and Smybert waiting on deck. Bruinsma having a quick word with his first baseman, Keegan Marsden, before climbing back onto the mound. Bruinsma has always been a reliever in his time in the IBL, has not registered a start in his career. He is from Kitchener, playing for his hometown team. This is his third season with the Panthers as he fires one outside and low, and it's 3-1. And you can see he's definitely a tough guy to pick up because he throws with a little bit of a different arm slot, but still has pretty good velocity. And now in a 14-9 game, the Panthers are going to bring their infield all the way in with one out. Try to cut down the run at the plate. If it's hit at somebody, Cocker swings and misses on a high fastball. And the count is 3-2 with one away. Here comes the pitch from Bruinsma. It's a breaking ball. Missed down low. He wanted it, but didn't get the call. So now with Cocker going down to first base, that'll allow the middle infield to move back. They'll likely play now in double play depth. Smybert in this game has already grounded into one double play. That was back in the first inning. Corner's going to play about halfway, though, as Marsden holds on the runner at first. Smybert swings and misses on a first pitch fastball. And the count is 0-1 to the number 5 hitter in this Roses lineup. Ethan Hunt is on deck. Left-handed hitter facing the right-handed pitching Bruinsma, and it's outside. Count evens up. Bruinsma did play college ball at Iowa Central Community College. And that pitch drifts outside, and it's 2-1. Now pitches at the University of Guelph. Cocker on at first base, Nicholson on at third. Once again, he misses to his arm side, and it's 3-1 now. And we've seen that a few times to Cocker as well. With the right-handed hitter at the plate, he was missing inside quite a bit. And now with the left-handed hitter up there, he's been missing outside. Smybert swings and misses, though, on a fastball on the outside part of the plate. And the count is full now at 3-2. And sometimes that'll happen with guys who throw from kind of that three-quarter arm slot. Next pitch to Smybert. It's down low, he walks, and the bases are loaded.
Your left fielder, number 25, Ethan Hunt.
So with one out and the bases loaded now, it's Ethan Hunt, the left fielder, coming up to the dish here in this 7th inning. He's walked. Also has 2 hits in the game. His last hit came as a double to center field, and then his last time up he flew out to center field. This time he slashes one foul. Right field side. And he falls behind in the count 0-1. Nicholson stands on base at third. It's Sam Cocker at second base. James Smybert awaits at first base after just walking. Next pitch to Hunt. It drifts outside. And the count evens up at 1-1. That time we saw Bruinsma pull the fastball a little bit after he was missing a lot early on to the arm side. Maybe trying to pound the outside part of the plate to this right-handed hitter. The 1-1 pitch. It's bounced up the middle. Picked up by DiClemente, flip it to second one, back to first, the throw is way high. Nicholson comes in to score on the fielder's choice. And it's 15-9 now, Roses lead it. Now runners are on at the corners. There are 2 outs after they did get the runner at second base. So Smybert is erased on the base paths. But Leo Marcotic now comes to the plate. This is the 9th man to hit in this inning, and he pulls the ball on the ground to the shortstop. It's picked up. Throw on the run to first. That's not going to be nearly in time. And another RBI picked up. Sam Cocker crosses the plate. And it's 16-9.
Your Designated hitter number 39.
And you hear the cheers right now. Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, coming up earlier on in this inning. He blasted a ball out to right field. Now he's got 2 runners on. Already has 3 RBIs in this game. There are 2 outs. Left-handed hitter facing the right-handed Bruinsma. He misses outside. And the count is 1-0. Mattingly Romanen is on deck. That throw that got away at first base could prove costly, as Hildebrandt takes one that's on the outside corner. Looked like may have had some two-seam action on it. Started more over the center of the plate, but then moved off and just caught the outside corner. A good pitch to get a strike call. And the count is even at 1-1. Next pitch to Hildebrandt. He rifles it into right field. It's down for a base hit. Hunt moving around third base. He's going to come in to score as the ball is cut off. Going first to third now is Markotic. Another RBI for Hildebrandt, and it's 17-9.
Third baseman, number 8, Mattingly Romanen.
So here comes Mattingly Romanen now, the number 9 hitter. He struck out earlier on this inning. This is his second at-bat of the 7th inning, and he fouls one away. He's hit into a fielder's choice, walked, grounded out to shortstop, and struck out in this game. Quickly falls behind in the count 0-1. And once again, Hildebrandt, that time was a single, but still an absolute missile off his bat. That's a breaking ball that's right there. And it's 0-2 to Romanen. He's the number 9 hitter. Morello, the leadoff hitter, is standing on deck right now. Rose is leading at 17-9. Bruinsma next pitch. Looked like it was going to be a ball, but with 2 strikes, too close to take. Reaching out was Romanen to foul it off and stay alive. Spoiled off a good pitch. And it's 0-2. Again, there's movement down in the Panthers bullpen. 0-2 offering. To right field, moving over towards the line is Sloat, and he just hangs on to make the catch. And finally, the side is retired. But the Roses score 6 times. They now lead at 17-9 as we go to the 8th. Eighth inning now. We go back to the top of the order for the Panthers. It's Blake Jacklin leading off as the Panthers try to get some runs back after they give up 6 in that 7th inning. First pitch from Hummel is inside. The Roses lead at 17-9 at this point, and they've scored a ton of runs over the past 3 games. 2 of them coming against the Brantford Red Sox. Broken bat absolutely shatters. Marcotic's got it. Throw on the run. Perfect throw in time. Great defensive play. And there's one gone.
Catcher Simon Grinberg.
That ball absolutely ate up Jacklin on the inside. And that's a guy, too, that has 3 hits on the day. Hummel using that fastball to get in there. He was definitely late on it. The bat almost traveled as far as the ball. Now it's the number 2 hitter and the catcher, Simon Grinberg. And it's 1-0. For Marcotic, that is a great play. He has to not only make the catch and throw on the run, which is difficult in itself, but has to avoid the shrapnel coming at him as well. Made it look easy, though, as Hummel now faces the number 2 hitter in Grinberg. Flied out to center field. Morello coming in on the dead run. Now pulls up, makes the catch. About shoulder high. And quickly 2 are gone for Hummel.
Center fielder Andy Leader.
So now here comes Andy Leader, the center fielder, number 3 hitter in this Panthers lineup. Has 2 hits today. And he takes one down in the dirt. It's ball 1. Leader is a guy who is really looked to on this team as he comes into play hitting over 400 on the season. One of the best players on this team, and it's fouled straight back. Counts 1-1. And this is a Panthers team that coming into play today is 5-7 on the season, sitting in 6th place, but they've had some great offensive showings, and even today they've put up 9 runs. Just haven't been able to hold the Roses down. That's a pitch that just misses outside for Hummel. And it's 2-1 now as Chris Bowato starts to really throw down there in the bullpen. But Hummel continues to pitch well on the mound right now. Next pitch, that ball is slashed in the air. That ball's going to get down in the gap. Leader motoring around first base. He's going to try to go into second. The throw from Morello is offline. He gets in there standing up. That's a 2-out double for Andy Leader. That'll bring up the first baseman, Keegan Marsden.
First baseman Keegan Marsden.
The ball got down in the alley, but Morello did a great job of getting over there quickly to cut it off. Thought he might have had a shot at him at second base. Leader does run well, but the throw was just up offline a little bit. So he gets in there. Now a runner in scoring position for Keegan Marsden. First pitch from Hummel. That ball's popped up right side. Mattingly Romanen now crossing into foul territory. He stops up and makes the catch. And the inning is over. 2-out double. Nothing comes of that. Hummel gets out of it once again, and the Roses lead at 17-9 as we go to the home half of the 8th. Top of the order for the Roses here as we start the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Gio Morello coming up to the plate.
Off the 8th inning for your Roses.
Mateo Porcelato also due up in this inning. Brandon Nicholson will get an opportunity as well, as the Roses lead it by a wide margin. 17-9 right now. New pitcher into the game for the Panthers. It's Nathan Laird, the Kitchener native, pitching for his hometown team, one of many players on this roster that are playing on their hometown roster. This is his second season with the team. His 8th appearance, all in relief so far. As he misses outside to Morello, he falls behind 2-0. In those 7 appearances leading up to today, he has pitched 10 innings, so pretty much a 1-inning guy out of the bullpen. He sits in a 2-0 count right now to Morello. He pours one over the outside corner. It's strike 1. ERA about .630 on the season. So a guy that's been relied upon quite a bit out of this bullpen. Next pitch is inside. It also bounces in there. And it's 3-1. Played college baseball at Brock University. Finished up there in 2019. The 6-foot right-hander comes set at the belt, pitching out of the stretch out of the bullpen, even with no runners on base, and he misses outside. Morello walks once again. His 3rd walk of the game here in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Mateo Porcelato.
Your first baseman, number 10, Mateo Porcelato.
So Mateo Porcelato to the dish. Coming into play today, he was top 10 in all 3 categories of batting average, RBIs, and stolen bases. Left-handed hitter, hitting now with Morello on first base, and he takes up high, and it's 1-0. Into play today, .361 average, which was good for 9th in the league. 15 RBIs, which was tied for 2nd, has now moved that up to 17 RBIs with his 2-run home run that he has to his name today as he takes one inside. It's ball 2. And 6 stolen bases on the year. That places him in 8th place in the entire IBL. Looking to drive in another one with a runner standing at first base. He fouls it away. That offering from Laird got in on his hands. And it's 2-1. On his home run, he was able to get his barrel out and hit it to right field. Another one off the bat that you probably knew it was going out right when it went off the barrel. Morello not going anywhere at first. And Porcelato takes up high. He's now way up in the count, 3-1. Mentioned also he had a home run in their last home game against Brantford. So like Hildebrandt, on a bit of a hot power streak right now. And he's up in the count, 3-1. In the air center field. That's Andy Leader not having to move too much right there to make the play. Morello bluffs a tag from first, but he's not going anywhere. And there's one gone for Brandon Nicholson.
Right fielder, number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
Nicholson's had a really good day at the plate, as he has all season long. Has really found a home in that number 3 spot in this Welland lineup. Started out the season right there and hasn't moved. Has also played in right field in all the games, and he takes one on the inside corner. It's strike 1. 0-1 count to Nicholson. Sam Cocker would be next, but it looks like there's a pinch hitter moved out on deck. One out. Nicholson hitting with a runner at first base. It's a breaking ball. Misses down low. Count runs now to 1-1 on Nicholson. Morello takes his lead off first base, still being held on there even with the big lead by Keegan Marsden. That's fouled straight back over our heads. And it's 1-2 now. In Nicholson's last at-bat, he stung that double in the gap. Also moved up to third on a wild pitch, and talking to him around the cage today, he said that's really what he works on in batting practice, just trying to hit line drives all over the field, and he's really done a good job at executing that game plan here in this one. Next pitch from Nicholson, that ball got him jammed, bounced out to second base. No play there at second, so quick play to first. Nicholson's retired on the fielder's choice. But that speed from Morello going from first to second was able to negate the double play and not be able to get the lead runner. So Nicholson retired, 2 down now with a runner standing in scoring position. And it will be a pinch hitter. Sam Cocker was due up to bat, but Greg Marco is going to get an opportunity at the dish. Getting his first opportunity this season at the plate. First pitch to Marco is inside. And it's 1-0. Did play for the team last season. Only got into 4 games, though. Did not pick up a hit. He's been in the IBL for some time now. Also played with Hamilton, and he takes one at the letters for a strike. Started in the IBL back in 2016 when he played for Burlington. Back in 2019, got into 20 games for Welland. One of the mainstays on that roster. 1-1 pitch to Marco's down low. And it's 2-1. On deck right now is James Smybert. And this is a good chance to get Cocker some time off. He's caught in every game so far this year. Get him some rest at the plate and behind the dish. Marco takes down low. And the count's now 3-1. And this is tough sometimes as a pinch hitter. When you get out there, you really want to swing the bat, but he's done a good job at taking these pitches, getting him into a good hitter's count. It's 3-1 against Laird. The offering from Laird, that's on the ground, but it's foul. And the count is full at 3-2 with 2 outs in the inning. Roses up big, 17-9. Checks the runner at second, Laird, and the pitch to Marco. It's in the air, left field. Going back as the shortstop. Now coming in as the left fielder, Jacklin. He calls him off and makes the catch to retire the side. Marco skied one in the air, but Blake Jacklin came in and made the play. So the Roses still lead at 17-9 as we go to the top of the 9th. Top of the ninth inning we go now, and left-hander Chris Bowato is into the game for the Roses. Bowato has been that guy who's really been leaned upon to pitch late in games, usually in close games. Right now he's going to come in and pitch with a big lead here, as he hasn't got a ton of work in lately because Welland has been able to score so many runs in these past few games. Also coming into the game to catch is Greg Marco. He pinch hit for Sam Cocker in the last inning. Bowato gets a swing and a miss, and that's strike 2 on Stephen Whalen. It's actually Kevin Sherman at the plate right now. He's pinch hitting for Whalen, and he swings and misses on a fastball. First out of the inning for Bowato.
Pitch hitting for pitcher number 45, Dan Mahoney.
So another pinch hitter now for the Panthers, and here comes Dan Mahoney to the plate. Dan Maloney comes up, another guy not wearing batting gloves, batting right-handed against the left-handed pitching Bowato. It's inside, and the count is 1-0. Bowato actually leads the league in saves right now with 3. Was a starting pitcher last year, has started a lot in his career in the IBL, bounced out to third base, gloved by Roman and throw across the diamond, picked up nicely by Porcelato. And there's 2 outs quickly here in the 9th inning. He has started a lot, as I mentioned, but this year it's really 100% a bullpen role. But he can pitch multiple innings. You remember back on the first game of the season against Brantford, he picked up a save in that game, but it was of the 3-inning variety. And now he's trying to go 3 up, 3 down here in the 9th, with the Roses leading 17-9. There's another pinch hitter into the game as he takes on the outside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 offering slashed away, foul. And the count is now 0-2. Bowato, once again, trying to go 3 up, 3 down here to finish off the ball game. See if the Roses will likely pick up their 8th consecutive win at home. The pitch fouled away. Have to wait one more. As the ball goes into the crowd, Souvenir out there. 0-2 count now. 2 outs, nobody on base.
By the Welland Roses fan. Youngster from Effingham there with the ball.
The 0-2 offering from Bowato bounced on the ground. Bowato off the mound. He's going to pick it up, throw it to first in time. And the game is over. The Welland Roses win it here on Father's Day afternoon. Their 12th win of the season. Now 12-2, 10 games over 500. For Kitchener, they fall now to 5-8 on the season as the Roses pick up that 17-9 win. And of course, the Roses now 8-0 at home. On the road, the Kitchener Panthers fall to 4-4. That'll even out their record at 500. On the offensive side for the Roses, of course, Matt Hildebrandt with the biggest performance today. He had 2 home runs, one in the 5th inning. That was a 2-run home run, also one in the 7th inning. He also had an RBI single. So make that 4 RBIs on the day for Hildebrandt. Mateo Porcelato also had a home run as well. As Bowato comes in and finishes the job here for the Roses in front of 1,008 fans here today on Sunday afternoon on this Father's Day baseball game. Jackfish or roses are winners today. Thank you for everyone here at the Welland Jackfish. Thank you from our producer, Brent. And thank you for coming along. I'm Brendan Lang. Happy Father's Day.